Hello children, welcome to Samveda e-learning class. I would like to welcome you all for the social science lesson. In today's class, we are going to learn part 1, lesson number 2, our Karnataka. Children, for the study purpose, we have divided this lesson into 6 parts. In today's class, we are going to learn part 1. In that, we are going to learn so many important points about our Karnataka. Now, I would like to give an activity that is called quiz activity. I would like to ask you a few questions about Karnataka. Are you ready to answer for the questions? Very good. Yes. First question is, which is our country? You want a clue, correct? It is a clue for you. Very good. Your answer is right. That is India. India is our country. Next question. How many states India has? Option A, 27 states. Option 2, 28 states. Option 3, 29 states. Option 4, 30 states. Your answer is right. India has 28 states. Very good, children. You answered very well. Before going to learn so many important points about our Karnataka, I would like to show you one video about a beautiful Karnataka. Are you ready to watch the video? Here is video for you.
ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು ಹಲವು ಬಣ್ಣಗಳ ಜಾಡು ಶಿಲ್ಪಕಲೆಗಳ ಬೀಡು ಹಲವು ಬಣ್ಣಗಳ ಜಾಡು ಶಿಲ್ಪಕಲೆಗಳ ಬೀಡು ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು ಚರಿತೆಯ ಮೆರಗು ದುರ್ಗ ಕೋಟೆಯ ಬೆರಗು ಹಸಿರು ಘಟ್ಟಗಳ ಸೊಬಗು ಜೋಗಧಾರೆಯ ಬೆಡಗು ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆ ಕೊಲ್ಲೂರ ಮುಕಾಂಬೆ ಬೇಲೂರು ಹಳೆಬೀಡು ಚಿತ್ತಾರ ಬಲೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಚೆಲುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡು ಸಿರಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನ ಹಾಡು
How was the video? Yes, it was a fantastic video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Children, in this lesson, we are going to learn history of the divisions of Karnataka, the districts of Bangalore division and their significance. We are going to understand the details of the crops, population, industries, rivers and other aspects of this Bangalore division. This is our state Karnataka. First and most importantly, we should understand the meaning of Karnataka. The name Karnataka has been in use from ancient times. It means since 4000 years back. The land Karnataka used to be called as Karunadu. What is the meaning of Karunadu? It means Kar plus Nadu. Kar means black soil. Nadu means a land. It means a land of black soil. Karnataka or Karunadu means a land of black soil, because Karnataka has too much of black soil. So, it is called Karnadu. As you know all, after independence, there were no states. After 1953, entire India was started to divide into states. Karnataka became a separate state on 1st November 1956. In 1956, Karnataka was called by the Vishala Mysuru state because the Karnataka was ruled by Vadiyas. They called this Karnataka as Vishala Mysuru state. Then on 1st November 1956 it became a separate state. So to remember November 1st as a special day, to commemorate this day, we celebrate every year November 1st as Rajyotsava. I know that you all celebrate Rajyotsava every year in your school. Is it correct? Yes, very good. In 1973, the Mysuru state or Vishala Mysuru state was renamed as Karnataka. Today what we call Karnataka, it was named like this in 1973. Children, this is our Karnataka. For administration purpose, we have divided Karnataka into districts. You know how many districts are there in Karnataka? Yes, correct. Today there are 31 districts in our state. Recently, Bellary district was divided into 2, then Vijayanagara became a separate districts in Karnataka. For administrative purpose, we have divided entire Karnataka into districts. In the same way, districts have been divided into taluks. Today we have 226 taluks in Karnataka. Out of 31 districts, you know which is the largest in size? Yes, your answer is right. Belagavi district is the largest district in Karnataka. In the same way, Bengaluru urban district is the smallest district in Karnataka. You can see here, this is Bengaluru urban district. In the same way, this is Belagavi district. It is the largest, it is the smallest district in Karnataka. Children, we have divided the entire Karnataka into different divisions. Mainly we have divided into 4 divisions or 4 revenue divisions. For what reason? For the administrative purpose. For the good and smooth administrative purpose, Karnataka has been divided into 4 divisions. You know which are those? The first one is Bengaluru division. It has 9 districts. Second one is Mysuru division. It has 8 districts. Third one, Belagavi division. It has 7 districts. Fourth one, Kalaburgi division. It has 7 districts. Children, I would like to give a task for you. Go through this Karnataka image. Now you have to count how many districts are there in Karnataka. Yes, very good. Your answer is right. Karnataka has 31 districts. As I told you before, this is a Karnataka map. It has 31 districts. You know that to look after entire India, we have a president. To look after state, we have a chief minister. From the executive, to look after each district, Karnataka government appointed one officer. He is called Deputy Commissioner or DC, who is looking after entire district. Example, for Bangalore urban district, one district commissioner. For Tumkur district, one district commissioner. Like this, 31 district has 31 deputy commissioners. In the same way, to look after entire division, I told you we have divided Karnataka into 4 divisions. To look after each division, Karnataka government appointed divisional commissioner. He is called divisional commissioner. He is the main responsible for the entire division regarding executive. Children, you want to become a deputy commissioner? Yes, you can become. It is very easy. Government of India conducts examination for it. If you pass the examination, you will become a DC or deputy commissioner. Children, in today's class, we are going to learn more about Bangalore division. Mainly Bangalore division's uniqueness, Bangalore division's natural resource, agriculture, industries, rivers, resources, crops, forest, climate, art, literature, folklore, sports, festivals and fairs in brief. Are you ready for this? Very good. Children, you can see here Karnataka map. Here this is called Bangalore division part. Mainly in Bangalore division, the main district is Bangalore urban district. In this division, Bangalore district is a important and very prominent district. Because of this, Bangalore is the capital of Karnataka. I think it is the most beautiful city in India. Then it is one of the administrative divisions of Karnataka. Children, if you visit Bangalore, you can see so many important industries, parks, etc. Then Bangalore division has 9 districts. You can see here, these are the 9 districts of Bangalore division: Kolar, Chikkaballapur, Bangalore rural, Bangalore urban, Ramanagara, Tumkur, Chitradurga, Davanagere and Shivamogga. These are the 9 districts in the Bangalore division. Now it is time to learn about history of Bangalore division. This Bangalore has a history as rich as Karnataka. This Bangalore division, in the earlier days, it was ruled by the Ganga dynasty. You can see it is completely ruled by the Ganga dynasty. You know which was the capital city of Ganga dynasty? Yes, that is Kolara was the capital city of Ganga dynasty. The Kolaras old name is Kuvalalapura. It was the capital city of Ganga dynasty. After the decline of Gangas, the same area was captured by the Cholas. After the Cholas, Hoysalas. Vijayanagara kings ruled this area for so many centuries. Then the same area was ruled by the Marathas. After Marathas, it was ruled by the other kings. Mainly, let us discuss more about the Bangalore division during the Vijayanagara Empire. During the Vijayanagara Empire, this region was called Pale Pattu. You can see it means region was called as a Pale Pattu. And Vijayanagara kings appointed administrative officers for all the Pale Pattus or regions. Those administrative officers or chieftains were called Palegaras. Palegaras were the leaders or Nayaks who were under the control of Vijayanagara kings. Those Palegaras or leaders or Nayakas, they had to submit tax, gifts to the kings as a honor. Like this, Vijayanagara kings controlled these areas. In those days, we could see some important Pale Pattus. First one is Keladi, Chitradurga, Yelahanka and Chikkaballapura. These were the most important Pale Pattus which were in the Vijayanagara Empire. After the Vijayanagaras, the same areas were captured by the Bijapura Adil Shahis. Then the same areas were captured by the Mysore kings. After that, Britishers came to India. They took over the control of Karnataka regions also. Then after India's independence, it means after 1947, India became a separate country. In 1956, Karnataka became a separate state. Children, now discuss about the natural resources that are available in the Bangalore division. First, we must know what is the meaning of resource. Resources are obtained from nature, are called natural resources. It means whatever we get from the nature, those are called natural resources. Example for resources are rivers, forests, waterfalls, animals, soil, minerals are the major resources provided to us by the nature. You know that Bangalore is a very important division. This Bangalore division has tropical monsoon climate. What is the meaning of tropical monsoon climate? It means moderate climate, not very high temperature, not very low temperature. It means moderate or average temperature. This kind of climate is called tropical monsoon climate. The climate of all districts is not similar. In some districts of Bangalore division has high temperature compared to other districts. Some districts has low temperature compared to other districts. In this Bangalore division, Kolar district has very hot climate. It means highest temperature recorded district in this division is Kolar. In the same way, Shivamogga district gets highest rainfall in this division. Then Chitradurga district gets lowest rainfall in this division. Remaining districts like Tumukuru, Davanagere, Ramanagara, Chikkaballapura, these districts gets moderate rainfall. Now it is time to learn more about rivers which are in the Bangalore division. You know that this is Western Ghats. In the Western Ghats, so many rivers originates and flows towards east side as well as west side. Rivers which are originates in the Western Ghats flows through Bangalore division districts. Now let us learn some important rivers. Uttara Pinakini, Dakshina Pinakini, Vedavati, Shimsha, Tungabhadra, Sharavati, Varada are the very important rivers that flows in this division. Children, one activity for you all. Using a Karnataka map, you have to locate all these rivers on the Karnataka map with the help of your teachers or with your parents and friends. I hope you all do this activity at home. Children, see how beautiful it is. Can you guess which waterfall it is? Yes, your answer is right. It is Jog Falls. India's very longest falls, that is Jog Falls. This is formed by the river Sharavati. This river flows towards western. It means it flows in the western direction. It is in the present Shivamogga district. Now I would like to show you one beautiful video about this Jog Falls. Are you ready? In this division, we can see some important dams. Among those, Gajanuru, it is a Gajanuru dam. Also we can see Tunga dam constructed across the river Tunga. These dams are in the Shivamogga district. Also we can see one waterfall in Bangalore district, that is called Mutyala Madu. Mutyala Madu is a waterfall that is in Bangalore districts. Children, you know that before independence, this Bangalore division, means almost Bangalore division and neighboring parts were ruled by the Mysuru Vadiyas. It means Mysuru kings. During their rule, they constructed so many dams. Among those, most important dam, Vani Vilasa dam. You can see this dam on your screen. See how beautiful it is. This Vani Vilasa dam is one of the most important dam for irrigation purpose. From this dam, so many farmers get water for growing crops. It means it is such an important irrigation project. It is in the present Hiriyuru Taluk of Chitradurga district. And one more important dam is Markonahalli dam. It is in present Tumakuru district. Children, the most important problem in the present day is environmental pollution, deforestation, uncontrolled urbanization. Because of these, today so many rivers have been getting dried out. So, it is most important time to understand we should protect our environment, we should control environmental pollution, we should stop deforestation, we should also give more importance for the development by as well as saving the environment. Today many rivers of Bangalore district are on the verge of extinction because of the over urbanization, overpopulation. As a result, Bangalore people getting water scarcity. It is one of the major problem in Bangalore. Now it is time to learn more about minerals. Children, this division has different types of mineral deposits. This is most important revenue or income for the government of Karnataka. Mainly most important mineral is Kolar gold mine. You know that KGF, it is one of the most important gold mining in those days. But unfortunately today gold deposit of this mine is exhausted. It means now we cannot get too much of gold from these minings. So, government of India has closed this KGF or gold field. Children, you know, most interesting fact is highest gold producing state in India. You know which is that? Yes, your answer is right. Karnataka is the highest gold producing state in India. So, Karnataka is called as a Chinnada Nadu, Gandhada Bedu. It means here we get highest gold as well as it is the only state where you can get too much of sandalwood. Iron ore deposits also can be seen in this division, mainly in the districts of Chitradurga and Tumakuru. Here we can get iron ore deposits. You can see these are the some images of iron ore. Chitradurga of this division has copper ore deposits. It is one of the most important ore that is used or very necessary for the atomic energy. Children, so far we learnt so many important points about Bangalore division. I would like to ask few questions about we learnt so far. Are you ready? First question is, what are natural resources? Yes, your answer is right. Resources obtained from nature are called as natural resources. Second question, which district in this division gets highest rainfall? Very good, your answer is right. Shivamogga region gets highest rainfall in this division. Now it is time to learn more about forests, wild animals and national parks which are in the Bangalore division. Children, can you see this image? This is Shivamogga's forest. It means Shivamogga has the dense forest cover in Bangalore division. You know why? Because it comes in the Western Ghats. So many rivers originates in the Western Ghats and flows through Shivamogga. Mainly we discussed about the Jog Falls by the Sharavati river, Tunga river, Bhadra river, so many rivers. Because of those there are so many dense forests like this in Shivamogga district. Then Bengaluru urban district of this division has least forest area because we can see more buildings in Bangalore because of the development. So many trees have been cut down. Because of this, Bangalore has least forest cover. Some districts in Bangalore division has different types of forest. Some districts have evergreen forests. Some districts have deciduous forest. You know what is the meaning of deciduous forest? Yes, the trees which sheds their leaves are called deciduous forests. Children, as we discussed, Shivamogga has so many forests because of the Sahyadri mountain range. This range passes through Shivamogga district, so we can get so many advantages from this Sahyadri mountain range. We could see different trees in this division, mainly bamboo, banyan, tamarind, sandalwood, dindiga, teak, jali, mango, neem are the major trees found in this division. These trees or forests have been the means of livelihood for many people. So many people leading their life using this forest resources. Children, we can see so many mountains in this region or hill stations. The tallest mountain in this division is, you can see, that is called Halu Rameshwara Gudda in Chitradurga district, is a very important mountain in this division. Then other important mountains are Kavale Durga, Chandra Gutti, Kodachadri and Nandi Durga are the very important mountains found in this region. Now, let us discuss about the forest reserves, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. As I told you, we can see so many animals in these regions. Mainly in this region we can see wild cat, tiger, leopard, bison, wild pig, deer, bear and wolf are the some important wild animals found in this region. For the protection of animals that are in the forest, Government of India and Government of Karnataka has established so many forest reserves, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. Now it is time to discuss about some important sanctuaries, national parks. It is one of the most important forest reserve, that is called Jogimatti Forest Reserve, which is in the Karnataka's Chitradurga district. This is most important national park, that is Banneraghatta National Park, that is in Bangalore district. You know why Banneraghatta National Park is famous for? Very good. Tiger is famous in this region or in this national park. And one more important, Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary. It is in the present Shivamogga's district. Next one, Sharavati Wildlife Sanctuary, Shettihalli Wildlife Sanctuary. It is in the Shivamogga's district. Next, Gudavi Bird Sanctuary. It is famous for the protection of birds. Next, Mandagadde Bird Sanctuary, which is in Shivamogga's district near Agombe. Kaggaladu Bird Sanctuary, it is in Tumakuru district. Ramadevara Betta Vulture Sanctuary, it is in Ramanagara district. It is the only vulture sanctuary in India. Jayamangali Blackbuck Sanctuary, it is in Tumakuru district. Children, in today's class we learnt so many important points about the Bangalore division. Mainly we learnt Bangalore divisions, each districts and their significance, and we learnt about the some rivers and other aspects of this division. Children, it is time for you to write the homework. Some questions are on your screen. Please write down the questions, answer for those questions and submit to your teacher. Thank you everyone.